Ever wondered why certain foods spike your blood sugar more than others, despite having similar glycemic index values? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of glycemic index, or GI, as it's commonly known. The glycemic index is a scale that ranks carbohydrates on a scale from 0 to 100, based on how quickly they raise blood sugar levels after eating. Foods with a high GI are rapidly digested and absorbed, resulting in marked fluctuations in blood sugar levels. On the other hand, foods with a low GI are digested and absorbed at a slower pace, producing a more gradual rise in blood sugar. Now you might think, aha, I just need to avoid high GI foods and I'm golden. But hold your horses. It's not that simple. Here's where a common misconception sneaks in. Many believe that low GI foods are always a healthier choice, but that's not necessarily the case. For instance, chocolate has a lower GI than watermelon, but it doesn't mean it's healthier. Moreover, the glycemic index doesn't take into account the amount of carbohydrates you eat. A food's GI value is determined by eating a fixed amount of available carbohydrates, usually 50 grams. But here's the catch. You'd have to eat a colossal amount of carrots to consume 50 grams of carbs. So, the GI of carrots might be high, but the actual impact on your blood sugar may not be that significant if you eat a reasonable serving. That's why understanding the glycemic index is crucial. But it isn't the whole story when it comes to managing your blood sugar levels. It's a useful tool, sure, but it doesn't give us the complete picture. So where does this leave us? Are we to navigate the complex maze of blood sugar management blindfolded? Fear not, for there's a hero in this saga. But wait, there's more to the story. Get ready to discover the real game changer, glycemic load. So what's this glycemic load all about? Let's dive right in. Glycemic load, often abbreviated as GL, is a ranking system for carbohydrate content in food portions. It's like the sibling of glycemic index, but it's the one who took an extra step in education. While glycemic index, or GI, gives us a basic idea about how quickly a carbohydrate can spike our blood sugar levels, GL goes a step further. It tells us not only how fast, but also how high our blood sugar could go. Imagine you're at a party. You see two tables, one has a giant cake, and the other has a small cupcake. Now, the cake and the cupcake might have the same glycemic index, but eating the whole cake will send your blood sugar soaring much more than the tiny cupcake. That's where glycemic load comes in. It takes into account the portion size. In the world of GL, portion size matters. This is a crucial factor that glycemic index overlooks. The glycemic load of a food is calculated by multiplying the glycemic index by the amount of carbohydrate in grams and then dividing by 100. The result is a more accurate picture of how much a specific food portion will impact your blood sugar. This is why GL is a more comprehensive tool for blood sugar management. It provides a complete picture, taking into account both the quality and quantity of carbs in a meal. It's like having a detailed map for your journey, instead of just a compass. GL helps us understand that not all carbs are created equal, and not all equal portions of carbs have the same effect on our blood sugar. It's a more nuanced, more accurate way to understand and manage our diet, especially for those of us concerned about blood sugar levels. Now that you know the basics, let's dive into why GL trumps GI. It's time to delve deeper into the world of glycemic load and discover why it's a game changer in understanding our diets. So buckle up, we're just getting started. Ever wondered why a watermelon can be both high GI and low GL? Let's find out. You see, the glycemic index, or GI, gives us a snapshot of how quickly a food can raise our blood sugar levels. However, what it doesn't consider is the amount of that food we're likely to eat. Enter the glycemic load, or GL. GL takes into account not just the speed at which a food can raise blood sugar, but also the quantity of carbohydrates in the portion size we're likely to consume. Let's take a look at the watermelon, a sweet and refreshing treat that's a staple of summer picnics. The watermelon has a high GI, suggesting it could spike our blood sugar quickly. But wait a minute, does that mean we should avoid it? Not so fast. This is where the GL comes in. You see, watermelon is mostly water, so even though it has a high GI, the actual amount of carbohydrates you're getting in a typical serving is quite low. This means the watermelon has a low GL, which tells us it won't have a significant impact on our blood sugar levels. Now let's compare this to a bagel, a food with a moderate GI. You might think that a bagel is a better choice than watermelon based on GI alone. However, because a bagel is dense and packed with carbohydrates, its GL is actually much higher. This means that a bagel is more likely to cause a blood sugar spike than our friendly watermelon. So you see, the glycemic load gives us a more complete picture. It helps us understand how our bodies will react to different foods, considering both the type of carbohydrate and the amount we're likely to eat. It's a tool that can guide us in making healthier choices that align with our individual nutritional needs. So it's clear that when it comes to blood sugar, glycemic load is the real champion. How does knowing about glycemic load help you in real life? Well, let's dive into 7 health facts that might just make you a glycemic load mini expert. Firstly, it's all about weight management. Foods with a lower glycemic load tend to keep you feeling fuller for longer. They release energy slowly, preventing those sudden hunger pangs that can lead to overeating. So, if you're looking to shed a few pounds or maintain your current weight, paying attention to glycemic load is a smart move. Secondly, the glycemic load is a key player in preventing diabetes. By choosing foods with a lower glycemic load, you can help to stabilize your blood sugar levels, reducing the risk of insulin resistance, a major precursor to type 2 diabetes. Thirdly, heart health. A diet rich in low glycemic load foods can help to reduce the risk of heart disease. These foods tend to be lower in unhealthy fats and higher in fiber, both crucial elements for a happy, healthy heart. Fourthly, the glycemic load can help to manage PCOS symptoms. Research suggests that a low glycemic load diet can help to balance hormones, reduce insulin resistance, and even improve fertility in women with PCOS. Our 5th fact is all about energy. Foods with a lower glycemic load provide a steady stream of energy throughout the day, helping you to avoid those mid-afternoon slumps and keep your productivity levels high. Sixthly, the glycemic load can help to improve your complexion. A diet low in glycemic load has been linked to a reduction in acne, thanks to its ability to regulate blood sugar and reduce inflammation. And finally, our 7th fact, improving digestion. Low glycemic load foods are typically high in fiber, aiding in digestion and helping to prevent constipation. So there you have it. 7 reasons why knowing about glycemic load can make a real difference to your health and well-being. From weight management to heart health, diabetes prevention to better skin, the benefits of understanding and applying the concept of glycemic load are far-reaching. Knowing about glycemic load can be a lifesaver, literally. How can you incorporate this knowledge into your daily life, you might be asking? Well, let's dive right into some practical tips on how to select low glycemic load foods and incorporate them into your diets. First, make fruits and vegetables your best friends. They're not just low in glycemic load, they're also packed with essential nutrients and fiber. Berries, cherries, peaches, apricots, apples, oranges, and pears are fantastic choices. For vegetables, think along the lines of broccoli, spinach, bell peppers, and zucchini. Next, choose whole grains over refined grains. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, barley, and oats have a lower glycemic load and are more nutritious than their refined counterparts. They keep you feeling full for longer, which can help curb overeating. Thirdly, don't shy away from legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and other legumes are low glycemic load foods that are also great sources of protein. They're perfect for adding substance to salads or as the star of a hearty soup. But here's the kicker. Portion size matters. Even low glycemic load foods can spike your blood sugar if you eat too much of them. So keep an eye on your portion sizes. A good rule of thumb is to fill half your plate with vegetables, a quarter with lean protein, and a quarter with whole grains or legumes. And let's not forget about balance. A balanced meal that includes a mix of protein, fat, and carbohydrates not only keeps you satisfied, but also helps to moderate the overall glycemic load of your meal. So there you have it. Embrace fruits and veggies, opt for whole grains, include legumes in your meals. Watch your portion sizes and strive for balance. By making these simple changes, you can start to harness the power of glycemic load for your health. Remember, knowledge is power. Use the power of glycemic load to make smarter food choices. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to 7 Health Facts for more healthy tips and truths proven by studies and science.